TIFU by losing it all. I made a mess. I got caught Dewey about a year ago. Totally my fault. And again yesterday by random police check. It was the beginning of my 2 weeks off work after my last night shift. I was so excited about my vacation to the Maldives that I started drinking at 9 a.m. in the morning. My pregnant girlfriend was not amused. Eventually I passed out around 3 p.m. I woke up at midnight and felt hungry, so I drove to my favorite Italian restaurant to get some food. I didn't stop to think that I might be under influence. I got pulled over by the cops by a random check. And I got caught for Dewey and over a certain amount. I didn't understand how that was possible because I was sober after I woke up. Apparently I still had a large amount of alcohol in my blood even though I felt sober. So in my country you automatically lose your driving license when they catch you Dewey over a certain amount in a 5-year period. So I am in deep shit. I've lost my license, which I need to get to work. I might lose my job, and my GF is leaving me with my unborn child for being irresponsible. I honestly had no idea I was Dewey after sleeping and waking up sober. I made a mess. English not my first or second language, sorry. Dear, lost my driving license. Could possibly lose my job and made my GF leave me with my unborn child. Up. You need to get through this and educate yourself about alcohol or quit drinking altogether. Not trying to be harsh. This was a foolish thing to do, but your life isn't over. What you can do is start taking steps to change your life. Show your GF that you are changing and she might stay with you. Talk to your employer and make arrangements and show them that you are making changes too. It's the best you can do, though you will be relying on a lot of goodwill. 2x DUI drinking at 9 a.m. baby on the way. Jesus Christ, get your shit together. Surprised you had the capacity to even type this story. No sympathy for drunk drivers. You could have killed someone. In a healthy adult, the half-life of alcohol is around 4 to 5 hours. You drank from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You woke up at midnight. If we use an average half-life of 4.5 hours, that means the alcohol you drank at 9 a.m. should be down to around 10% remaining. The alcohol you drank at 3 p.m. should be down to around 25%. And all the alcohol you drank in between those times also being down to around 10 to 25% remaining. Even if we generously assume you drank almost all the alcohol at 3 p.m. and almost none of it before, then that means you tested over the legal limit with only around 25% of the alcohol you consumed still running unmetabolized through your system. If you have a medical condition that impairs your ability to metabolize alcohol, these numbers could change drastically, but you should, hopefully, be aware of such a condition and act accordingly. I don't mean to pile on, and everyone makes mistakes. But when you cling to the idea that you were good to drive despite literally being presented with objective proof you weren't, well, I feel compelled to lay some basic facts out for you. English isn't your first or second language. Okay, but there's literally nothing in your entire post that shows any remorse or empathy regarding how your actions impact the people around you. Nothing about the innocent lives you endangered by driving drunk. Again, nothing about the difficult situation you've put your girlfriend in, who is now alone and pregnant with your child. Maybe take this opportunity to do some honest self-reflection. The damage is already done. Try to salvage something positive out of it. Weird? It's almost like the biggest problems in your life over the past couple years stem almost exclusively from the choices you make during and after drinking alcohol? I wonder how you could have possibly avoided this situation. Up. Your replies are classic denial. Binge drinking is a problem. Getting a DUI once, never mind twice, is a huge issue. You need to dig deep and recognize that you have a problem with alcohol before you screw up your, and likely someone else's, life up. Seriously. People on here are not overreacting. You're underreacting and in denial. For example, did you realize that being a young father and drinking at 9 a.m. is incredible self-destructive and not something any responsible parent, or adult in general, would do? So you are likely an alcoholic. You have a massively high alcohol tolerance. To the point that when you feel sober, it's actually an alcohol level that's higher than most people get drunk at. The catch is, law enforcement isn't going to normalize for that. My guy, you are full of excuses. Put the bottle down and pick up the baby formula instead. Stop with what you consider to be an excuse. UFKD up. Time to start picking up the pieces and stop feeling like a victim. Drunk driving kills. Yes, you did fuck up. I've been there. Not DUI but willful damage while drunk, which ended in me being on the national news. You did fuck your life up. No denying that, but I have some tips for you. 1. Yes. This is your fault, and yes, you deserve your consequences. Whatever they may be. Get to terms that you need to serve this punishment. Not just the fines and loss of license, but also the shame and embarrassment you might feel for a while. If you ever start feeling sorry for yourself of trying to find reasons why you behaved poorly, read this step again. 2. The incident that got you in trouble is just the culmination of issues, not the only cause of your situation. With a baby on the way and a dependency on your ability to drive, you should have had more respect for your girlfriend and your unborn child. Time to stop fulfilling impulses and time to grow up. 3. Life isn't over. You can make this better. There is no quick fix, so the faster you accept your long road to redemption, the better. I would call your boss if I was you. Rip the band-aid off and find out if you're out of a job. If so, make plans to get another job. Although that will be challenging with a DUI pending. This time in your life can and will seem like a distant memory if you put in the hard work now to make things right. It will suck, but work hard. Be there for your kid and keep yourself out of trouble. I'm rooting for you. 0 sympathy. A drunk driver hit my mom. Luckily she survived with moderate injuries. But I was supposed to be with her. The only reason I didn't go is I didn't feel good. They said if it'd have been in the car I would have died as it T-boned into the passenger door. Get it together so you can at least be a father to your child. My father spent my childhood drunk and always out somewhere doing whatever. I wasn't even sad when he died. You can let this ruin you. Or you can use it as a turnaround spot to make a better life. Your choice. Oh, and get some help for your drinking. Better yet, just quit, as it doesn't seem like you can drink responsibly. Did you learn anything? My GF is leaving me with my unborn child for being irresponsible. Now is your time to change. It doesn't sound like it was a random police check. You were probably swerving. You can deny all you want, but it doesn't change your blood alcohol level, the loss of your license, and the loss of respect from your baby mama. Denial only makes you feel safe temporarily, but your situation remains shit. I hope you come to terms with the truth one of these days before it's too late and you lose everything. You don't sound like a bad person, just dumb. You'll get no sympathy from me. This doesn't just seem like an unfortunate accident that you got a sober DUI after 9 whole hours of sleeping. Either you are lying to us, or you are lying to yourself. It seems very clear that you have a very serious alcohol problem, and you need help. Yet judging from the fact that you already have a DUI on your record from a year ago and you're still drinking enough to be drunk after sleeping for 9 hours, You don't realize it. And from what little I could tell, alcohol was an issue with your relationship. All the signs were there. So why was this even a possibility in the first place? You have a child with her, too. And you think this kind of irresponsibility will make you a good dad? I'm sorry if I come across as cruel, but you had a whole year of second chances. And you threw it all away. And you know what? Good. You don't deserve to have a license, or a GF, or a career, or anything. I'm telling you, if that cop hadn't saved the day, and took your license away from your drunk ass, you would have killed someone at some point. So better your life be ruined than another's ended. I would say get help, but I don't know what good that will do for you at this point. You better hurry up. Go get some $100K life insurance. Make your ex-GF and kid the beneficiaries. Pay 2 years premiums up front. That way when you inevitably get yourself killed, they're provided for a little while at least. You are lucky you did not kill anyone. A lot of hate on here. You clearly have a problem, but nothing beyond repair. Try and get some help like AA or therapy. You will find almost all of your problems stem from alcohol, in a certain sense. This is fortunate because it is identifiable and fixable. Wish the best for you. You don't just get pulled over at random unless there was some sign before. And he wouldn't have noticed you'd been drinking had he not smelled it first. Here's your wake-up call. Fix your shit before you kill someone. Yo, not feeling drunk while having a high BAC is a clear indicator you're pretty heavy into alcoholism. It's a good thing your license was taken. You just admitted you can no longer tell. You felt functional while intoxicated. Recovering alcoholic. One time in the they said I still had a high BAC despite me feeling perfectly sober and wanting a drink. It doesn't matter if it's been hours when you've pounded back drinks all day. Never drove during that time, thankfully, but it's a real thing. You could have killed someone. I don't have sympathy for drunk drivers or people that steal to fund their bottle. But I can see how one would get there. From one alcoholic to another, let this be your rock bottom. Thank the stars you didn't hurt anyone. And start kicking with your life to get back up to the surface. When I went through my last psychotic episode from alcohol, I had a conference with God, death and the devil. I'm not religious but was raised in a Catholic household. Guessing that's why I used this rationale. We discussed if it was best for me to just finish the bottle and die or dry out and hope I lived. I remember the judgment being passed. It had to be a godless conversation for a bit, but the devil's judgment was I hadn't done enough to warrant me passing. Death assured they'd stay with me while the devil had me pay my dues. I had a massive nosebleed, walked through hell and had to welcome the monsters gnawing at my bones. I was comforted and reassured that if the devil changed his judgment, I'd go with him. Don't go to that place. The toll fare back is high, and not many can pay it. Again, I'm aware how crazy it sounds. That's why it's called drug-induced psychosis. It was very real to me. Although I know it was my brain's way of self-preservation and dealing with my shit or whatever. Alcohol takes millions of lives a year. I was only 27 when this happened. Man. I hit a spot check a couple hours after having a few drinks. And was curious how close to the limit I was. Since I could still feel a bit of the effect. I blew a 0.00. Whatever was in my system was too little to detect. But I still felt it. So I'm sitting there wondering how TF they let people drive with significantly more than that.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.